Alright, so today we're looking at this 2005 Suzuki Verona with L6. And today we're going to be looking at the crank sensor, which is sitting right here. It's normally mounted up here, but it was taken off. And so this one that we're connected to right now with the alligator clip is going to be our signal wire. This is going to be our 12 volt power, and then that middle wire is going to be our ground. Alright, so now that we are keyed on, you can see on our voltmeter that is our signal wire, and then here is going to be our power, and 13 volts. All right, so looking at this 2005 Suzuki Verona wiring diagram, it took a little bit to find, but it's on the MAF circuit. And so right down here on the bottom left, we can see the crank position sensor. It gives us our high reference on the very left wire, our low reference on the middle wire, and our ground on that right wire. And so this is a little bit different from our Verona. We couldn't find one for our exact year, but we did identify the proper wires and measure the proper wires along within our video. And so going into these connector views, we can see the CKP sensor, or a crank position sensor, is a 3-pin connector. It's got that 1, 2, 3 pin. As you can see right now, we are keyed on with our Pico scope, and we have ourselves connected to this signal wire, and our battery is connected to our ground. And so then we're about to turn on the car. And as you can see, we are getting that constant crank pattern.
Okay, so today we're going to be taking a look at this 2018 Hyundai Tucson with the 2.0 liter 4-cylinder, and we're going to be taking a look at the camshaft position sensor. So as you can see right here on the top of the intake manifold, this is where our sensor is located. We're currently pinned into both our 12 volt reference and our signal wire as well. What we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to take a look at our voltages. So we'll come to this first pin here with the key on. You can see we have 4.7 volts. And right here, key on, we have full battery source voltage, which is 12.5. So this diagram was found in the service information for the Hyundai Tucson. And as you can see right here in the top corner, we're going to take a look at our camshaft position sensor circuit diagrams. This car specifically has two separate sensors, the CMPS on bank 1 for the intake, and the other one is separate for the exhaust cam. This is a dual overhead cam engine. As you can see, for the intake sensor, both of these are made the exact same way. The pin 1 is our heading from our battery power, which is found from our main relay. Pin 2 is the signal wire, which is pin 66 from the ECM to pin 2 of the sensor, and pin 3 is pin 80 in the ECM, which is our sensor ground. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is our Pico scope readings on our signal wire. As you can see, we've got this alligator clip right there on our signal wire hooked up to our Pico. We're grounded right on the negative terminal, and as you can see, the waveform is a little all over the place, but once we go ahead and start the vehicle, you can see our wavelengths start to settle. This is a DC wave. This is digital. Obviously, we have down here at 0 volts, which is our low reading, and right about here, as you can see, is right about 5.